George Lucas attended Comic-Con for the first time ever, which is pretty cool. Now, the reason why I'm covering this is not because any Star Wars news. No, it has nothing to do with Star Wars, really. Well, not the actual thing itself, but through looking at replies in the comment sections of videos and posts like that, there's always that one guy, that one person that's like, George Lucas should buy back Star Wars. Have you started doing that? What he's not gonna do. He's in his 80s. He's old. He's retired. He's not buying back Star Wars. There's always that one guy that always has to say that. Even though what he's covering has nothing to do with Star Wars. The reason why he's even at Comic-Con is to promote his museum. Over the last 50 years, he's been collecting art, whether he's from Star Wars or from his life. And he's going to be presenting that in a museum. Now, this museum is in California, I believe, which is very, very far away from where I live. So I cannot attend this. But people who do, you're lucky, because that's actually a really cool thing. Because every time George Lucas shows up, whether it be for Comic-Con or whatever interview, whatever, any small thing that he's been doing since he sold Star Wars in 2012, ever since then, people always have like this idea or this speculation that he's this much bigger thing that he's going to be doing something with Star Wars, or that he's going to buy back Star Wars or do something with the IP. But that's not the case. And I think people have their hopes up for something that isn't happening, because there are a lot of people to this day. People have commented on my videos. I've seen people comment on other people's videos that they want George Lucas to buy back Star Wars and to make his own sequel trilogy and his own stuff. And I understand why, but it's simply impossible. We're too deep into this whole Disney Star Wars thing. It's been over a decade since content for Star Wars, like Disney Star Wars has been making stuff. Like, it's since 2014. So, we're too deep into that to just for it to be all retconned away and for, George Lucas to make his own stuff. That's just not going to happen. And that sucks. I understand that. It's really bad. I know. But this is how the reality is. Like I said, he's in his 80s. He's a very old man. He's retired. He's just enjoying his retirement by opening up a museum to showcase his art that he's been collecting for 50 years. It's every average old person goals. It's just a very average thing for an old person to do. I'm being sarcastic, of course, but it's cool that we can see other aspects of George Lucas. He's not just a Star Wars guy. Like, he's done way more stuff for entertainment in Hollywood and just overall technology that people kind of just not talk about, or they simply don't know. And he's just called the Star Wars guy, and that's really it. Even though I bring that up because a lot, like, Star Wars fans have this tendency to sort of, when they always talk about George Lucas, it's always the Star Wars, and every time he shows up in something, it's about Star Wars, which that's not always the case. And in the interview itself, like what you're seeing in the background, what he's talking about is mostly the museum. I didn't watch the entire thing, I just got a snippet of it, but like from what I saw, it's mainly just him talking about the museum. And yes, there's a couple Star Wars references here and there, but it's mostly to promote his museum that he's opening up. And, which again, is a really cool thing that is cool for him to do, and it's very on brand for him to be doing. It's all I have to say for that, because this isn't really an issue at all. It's just that, I think it's just funny when there's always that one guy that always comments something about Star Wars and something that's not Star Wars related to George Lucas, regardless of what it is. Like, over the years, there's always that one guy that has to say something about Star Wars, or another person says Disney Star Wars sucks, or modern Star Wars sucks. There's that one guy, which is really funny, because he's not going to buy back Star Wars, but he's doing other things. It's just really funny that people just are so clinging to that he's going to eventually buy back Star Wars. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry to tell you that. But with that harsh fact out of the way, I'm going to go now. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe. We're going to go now. So goodbye, everyone.